In the modern age, anime characters have drifted far beyond the spectrum of human relatability, displaying emotions and quirks that can be quite humorous, but oftentimes are ridiculous for the mere sake of it. To be clear, I'm not opposed to comedically grounded anime. Quite the opposite, really. But when elements of this genre seep into other genres, for reasons I cannot explain, then it becomes a bit irksome. Furthermore, it reduces engagement and diminishes the possibility of empathizing with said characters. Romantic comedies, rom-coms, are by far the most egregious in this regard, simply because they unload an inordinate amount of weight on the comedy end of the balance scale, and, as a result, must compensate via pushing a starry-eyed love tale that is as artificial as the previous component. Then there's BEASTARS, a quote-unquote love tale that is antithetical to everything I just previously described. And for this fact, and more, we're going to explore the 5 reasons why you should watch Season 2 of BEASTARS. Reason number 1, rich characterization. Each character in BEASTARS is conflicted. They know what they want, but are unsure on how to attain it. Legoshi is viewed as a fearsome wolf at Cherryton Academy, yet he desperately seeks to be recognized for his tenderness and sensitivity. This explains his attraction to Haru, rather than Juno. In the latter's case, he would perpetuate the vicious carnivore stereotype and be viewed by society as stalwart and rugged. A relationship with Haru, on the other hand, would accentuate the Grey Wolf's benevolence and assuage fears of ingrained social biases that he's a fearsome monster. Haru's predicament is the reverse. Her suboptimal height makes her feel vulnerable. Hence, she fosters an alter ego of someone who is in control. In Season 1, this assertiveness alienated her from the other herbivores, because she weaponized her sexual assets to bring men down to her level, on the bed. Yet, when she met Legoshi, it became apparent that her domineering personality was untenable, and a rediscovering of her tender aspects was needed to become more accepting of herself. Louis' inferiority complex is not unlike Haru's, in which he displays courage and strength to cover up his physical limitations. This came to a boiling point in Season 1, when Legoshi asked Louis to help him save Haru, and when Louis denied, Legoshi punched him to the ground, completely emasculating the Red Deer. Afterwards, Louis took a gun to the Shishigumi hideout to kill their leader and re-establish his manhood. And when the Shishigumi requested his services for leadership, he eventually accepted, giving him untold power to wield at his command. But again, just like Haru, making this life decision has its own consequences. You can only overcompensate so much before it starts to have negative consequences on your life. And there are even more character dynamics to explore throughout the series, but the main 3 are absolutely enthralling and will have you at the edge of your seat. Reason number 2, brilliant visuals. In just 3 episodes, Studio Orange has convinced me that they are still the benchmark for other studios to strive for. Each scene is a marvel to look at, with its splash of vibrant colors and detailed character aesthetics. I especially enjoyed the improvement in dynamic action sequences from Season 1, as noted by Legoshi's fight with the kangaroo in Episode 2 of Season 2. Plus, the aura used during Louis' scene when he first ate meat was very visceral and sort of gave you an insight into how he is struggling to overcome his limitations as an herbivore and how it's tearing him up inside. It's just an awesome experience that I love from beginning to end and can't wait to see how they adapt future chapters of the manga. Reason number 3 that BEASTARS is amazing. Season 2 features a mysterious plot. Season 1 featured an enigmatic beginning that was never fully resolved. In Season 2, the vicious incident that happened to Tem has been put to the forefront and looks to envelop Legoshi for the foreseeable future. It's a nice change of pace that alters the tone of the series and adds a new societal problem that will need to be pondered over in the future. It also eliminates redundancy and allows the story to grow in new and creative ways. So while we still have all the same interpersonal dynamics and relationship issues of Season 1 that are going to progress into the future, we also have this new variable that is looming over the students and makes the series feel just as much like a horror film than anything else. Reason number 4 that you should watch BEASTARS Season 2. BEASTARS makes furry unfurry. It should go without saying that BEASTARS feels more like a realistic high school drama based on human teenagers than it does feel like a furry anime. But the furry element is not without its purpose, because it allows us, as the viewers, to be more introspective about societies and our own biases. In most media, we tend to vicariously see ourselves as characters that we resemble, whether that be ethnically, sexually, socially, or otherwise. The benefit of using animals is that we can take ourselves out of the experience, be impartial observers, and sort of take ourselves out of our own biases, even though, allegorically speaking, BEASTARS is talking to us and trying to get us to confront issues like xenophobia, bisexual relations, and the bullier/bully dynamic. So in this regard, BEASTARS is an instructive anime that teaches us more about ourselves. And the final reason why you should watch BEASTARS Season 2 is that the new OP is an absolute banger. Season 1's stop-motion OP with the music of Ali's Wild Side is untoppable. It's probably in the top 10 of best anime OPs of all time. In fact, I shamelessly watched it probably over 100 times. But Season 2's OP, Kaibutsu by Yoasobi, is nothing short of superb. It's the banger we've come to expect from a BEASTARS anime series. And it's just as bit as memorable as the first season. I especially love the interplay between images from Season 1, as it reminds the viewer that our future is shaped by our past. And even though we try to run away from the transgressions and the missteps that we made in our years past, they catch up to us eventually. And really, they stick with us, whether we like it or not. So with all these reasons in mind, guys, BEASTARS took all the success it achieved in Season 1 and improved upon it to produce another top-tier anime experience. With everything that happened in 2020, it's a nice reminder that life is a struggle, and we must continually strive for happiness. Anything worth having takes effort, as Legoshi would know, but the reward is all the much better.